High limit, I think stakes are going to be higher there, especially Texas Motor Speedway. A lot of money going there, and I think you're going to see some really raw, action-packed racing.
Texas Motor Speedway. Here we go off of turn number 4.
Texas Motor Speedway, has a unreal facility. It's a big market. So we're really hoping that we can go in there and build a large-scale event that will end our season for years to come, and we can grow into something big.
Every time you're on the racetrack, you're racing for that next position, and you're racing as hard as you can every single lap on the track, because if you don't, you get left behind.
Coming down to the finale in Texas, there's going to be a lot of stress. When that time comes, everyone's going to have their game face on. It's going to want to finish the year in a strong way.
It should be pretty exciting, and being at Texas Motor Speedway, I'm pumped for it.
For the final time in 2024, we have a weekend of racing in the regular season with Kubota High Limit Racing, and it comes at the Texas Motor Speedway dirt track right here in Fort Worth, Texas. Welcome one, welcome all. It is the all-in season championship finale with Kubota High Limit Racing. I am Chase Rodman, located in the Hasty Baked Grills booth, and we've got 35 of the best sprint car drivers on the planet ready to take on the 4/10 mile oval here in Fort Worth, and there are a lot of battles to watch for here going into these final 2 races. Most importantly, the battle for second in the overall championship standings. 1 point separating Rico Abreu and Tyler Courtney for that second position in the overall championship point standings. You also need to keep an eye on Corey Day and Brent Marks. 7 points between those 2 drivers in these final 2 races for the final high-stakes charter position at the end of the season. So a lot of battles to keep an eye on, not only in the championship fight, but as well in the racing on the track as well. We're going for $50,000 tomorrow night, the final big money race of the season with High Limit Racing. There's a look at the pit area, jam-packed with cars. All 16 of our full-time high rollers, as well as some of the best drivers from the state of Texas, are here as well. We've got a great weather forecast, which has been the trend here for the last couple of High Limit races. We've got 88 degrees right now, winds at 17 miles per hour, so a little bit windy here, but still pretty good temperature, clear skies, couple of clouds scattered around the area here, but a beautiful day for some sprint car racing here for race number 52 of 2024 with Kubota High Limit Racing. Let's take a look at the race schedule. Nothing too crazy or out of the ordinary here for you if you're a regular viewer of this program. Hot laps and qualifying. The first thing onto the racetrack here in about 15, make it 10 minutes now. 6:45, we'll be seeing cars hitting the racetrack for the first time tonight. We'll have 4 heat races, a B-main, a dash, and a 25-lap featurette that will pay $10,000 to the winner, $1,000 to start, and then tomorrow, it is $50,000 to win. The last time we were here back on April 13th, Anthony Macri went to victory lane driving the 39M car. He is not here tonight, so we will definitely see a different winner with High Limit at the Texas Motor Speedway dirt track here this evening. Let's take a look at the track facts here, what we've got going on at Texas Motor Speedway. It is located right here in Fort Worth. It opened back in the year 2000, right at the turn of the century. A 2/5 mile, I think it's somewhere around a 4/10 mile as well. 2/5, that is a new fraction that I have actually not heard of before. 12 degrees of banking, and the track record set 23 years ago by Darren Pittman on May 1st of 2001. The time is a 12.276-second lap, and Pittman, he is back ready to try and maybe break his own track record in a car that is very far off the porch in Pennsylvania. We're looking forward to seeing Him and the Kreitz Racing 69K hit the dirt surface here in just a few minutes' time for High Limit Racing. Now, let's go downstairs to our honorary starter of the night, Tony Laporta. Tony, how you doing tonight?
Chase, thanks very much for the special title. Honorary starter, truly in title only. Chip Graham is up here. He's going to really be handling the flagging responsibilities. He's got all of them up here. But we're getting ready to throw the checkered flag on the 2024 Kubota High Limit Racing season, the first ever national season. Chip, I'm going to give that to you because if I try to stick it back in there, we're going to be here probably a little while. Yeah, up here in the flag stand. But Chase, really quick, I wanted to kind of compliment you. Turn of the century. 2 fifths, you're up there talking fractions. I didn't think you know what the phrase turn of the century even meant. So honestly, this broadcast is already kind of getting started at a very classy and elevated level. We are here, we're ready to go. 2 nights of racing to cap off 2024. Beautiful weather, you couldn't ask for anything else. And plus, we're in the great state of Texas. You already talked about that race we ran back here in April 13th. Remember, we took a month off back in March, ran East Bay and Golden Isles in February to start the 2024 season. Teams got a month off to go race and make money in a whole bunch of other ways and opportunities. And then they came here to the Texas Motor Speedway. Anthony Macri grabbed that win, but he not joining us this weekend, as you talked about. So you talk about Tyler Courtney, Brad Sweet, Rico Abreu. Brad's already got the championship locked up. He did that his 6th national championship in a row in 410 wing sprint car racing, but you already hit on the fact that it's a very close race right now for second in the final championship standings. Tyler Courtney and Rico Abreu trying to sort that out. Back here on April 13th, Tyler Courtney ran second, 1 spot ahead of Brad Sweet. Again, they both chased Anthony Macri, the Dillsburg, Pennsylvania driver, across the start-finish line, and Rico Abreu, the driver that's trying to take the 2nd position in the final points away. Thanks for the assist there, Chip. That's pretty handy. Rico Abreu ran 7th here on that April 13th Saturday night show when we were last at the Texas Motor Speedway. Brad Sweet talked about it during that hype video. This is just such a great facility, very professional, right across the street from the Texas Motor Speedway NASCAR facility, and deep in the heart of Texas. Where else would you rather be, Chase? I can't imagine. I want to hear that answer. So, very, very close to getting cars out on track here. 2 nights of racing. The all-in championship weekend for Kubota High Limit Racing is here, and we are ready to get race cars on track. Texas Motor Speedway, how are you guys feeling? Are you ready to go racing here tonight? We are ready to go. In just a little while, Chip is going to teach me how to wave the green flag. Cars will be out on track for hot laps. Don't go anywhere, folks. More live coverage of the All-In Championship Weekend coming up here, live on FloRacing.
Cars beginning to make their way to the staging lane for the first Dirt Draft Hot Lap session of the night here at the Texas Motor Speedway Dirt Track for All-In Championship season finale with Kubota High Limit Racing here in Fort Worth, Texas. We mentioned it a few minutes ago before that last break. The last time we were here, it was Anthony Macri getting the victory, but it did not come easy for Macri. Two high rollers got by him a couple of times. There was three different leaders. Jacob Allen was up there. Tyler Courtney was up there. But in the end, Macri held on for a big win to start out the 2024 season.
Here we go off at turn number 4.
Down into turn number 1. Jacob Allen will have the early race lead and makes a little mistake right off at turn number 2. And Brett Marks crosses to the inside. Brett Marks will have the lead into turn number 3. Brett Marks taking advantage of a mistake right there off the second corner. Car in the wall upside down back straightaway. Upside down on the back straightaway, the 55 of Chris Windham getting into the wall and going for a wild ride. Also, Kyle Larson looking the wrong direction. Rico Abreu is stopped in turn number 2. Let's go racing off at turn number 4. We are green. That yellow flag certainly a big help for Jacob Allen as he makes it off at turn number 2 clean that time, and he'll have the lead into turn number 3. Tyler Courtney getting by the 19 of Brett Marks and up into the second spot. Sunshine been on the podium the last 3 races in a row with Kubota High Limit Racing trying to do it again. Jacob runs the top. Tyler Courtney runs the bottom. Car bobbles up the road. That was Parker Price Miller. Here comes Jacob Allen to the back of the field. To the inside of Kyle Larson into turns 3 and 4. They're 3 wide. Jacob Allen trying to get by Parker Price Miller and Kyle Larson down the front straightaway. Kyle Larson makes the move. Now Tyler Courtney. He'll make the move on Jacob Allen and take the race lead away. Tyler Courtney to the top spot. Sunshine now trying to find a way by Parker Price Miller in turns 3 and 4. He's side by side with Kyle Larson. Now they get single file down the front straightaway. Tyler Courtney cannot make the pass on Parker Price Miller. Here comes Jacob Allen, Brett Marks, and Anthony Macri. Sunshine makes the move on the law firm there in turns number 3 and 4 and puts a lap down on the 9P. Anthony Macri now looking underneath the Brett Marks. This is for the 3rd position. Anthony Macri up the racetrack. He's got 3rd off at turn number 2. Anthony Macri up to the 3rd spot. Jacob Allen now getting by the lap car of Parker Price Miller. No lap traffic between your leader and the 2nd place car. Macri's up to 3rd, Sweets to 4th, and Marks falls all the way back to the 5th spot. Your leaders now on the same straightaway as the tail end of the field. Once again, that's the 42 of Silence. There's definitely a little bit of a rough spot getting through 1 and 2, and it's going to cost Tyler Courtney. Anthony Macri now right there behind him as they work through turns 3 and 4. Anthony Macri right in the back pocket of Sunshine Tyler Courtney as they work into turn number 1. Macri with a big move. He's going to take the lead into turn number 2. Anthony Macri, what a move right there to get by the Kubota High Limit Racing points leader. And Macri's going to have the lead here on lap number 22. Tyler Courtney right back underneath him into turn number 1. He returns the favor. We've got cars on the racetrack now for our first Dirt Draft Hot Lap session of the night here at the Texas Motor Speedway Dirt Track. Let's introduce you to the drivers in our first practice session of the night. On the back straightaway, the white, blue, and black car. It's the driver out of Alice Springs, Northern Territory, Australia. Driving the Mobile One, Toyota Racing Development, Roth Enterprises, HR Livestock Transportation number 83. That is James McFadden. James McFadden in car number 83. And also on the racetrack from Liberty Hill, Texas, the Baxter Builders, Dirtco Media House, K1 Race Gear, Smith Titanium, FK Shocks. Number 25B, it's Blaine Baxter. Blaine Baxter in the 25B. And also on the racetrack, he has 5 top 5 finishes in a row right now from Lebanon, Indiana. It's the True Timber Camo, Nice Crete and Landis Block, JRC Transportation, High Performance Lubricants, PhilPools.com, number 5. That is Spencer Baston. Spencer Baston in car number 5. And from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, the West River Trailer Sales, CP Excavating and Mining, McDonald Farms, Olson Towing, number 10. That is Ryan Timms. Ryan Timms in car number 10. And from Fort Worth, Texas, the all-import Gary Floyd Homes, Pax Mobile Crushing, Kennedy Race Engines, number 44. The driver is Jason Howell. Jason Howell in the 44. And from Boxmeer, Netherlands, that is the Encore Builders, Spiveren Designs, Lazy H Services, Shophouse Racing number 17 of Wout Hoffmans. Wout Hoffmans in the 17. And from Fargo, North Dakota, the True Line Logistics, Estenson Racing, RI Helmets, Yamalu, number 14T, it's Tim Estenson. Tim Estenson in the 14T. Those are the drivers in our first Dirt Draft Hot Lap session of the night. As the green lights come on, and they will get a couple of laps here at speed before they head into their Capital Custom Trailer qualifying session. And Tony Laporta is waving the green flag. Not bad form. Lap times are coming across the screen as Blaine Baxter currently the fastest in car number 25B. Baxter's lap time is a 14.568. Spencer Basin in second at 14.948. And now McFadden goes to the top at 14.455 seconds as the white flag comes out from our honorary starter in the flag stand. McFadden now better on his third lap at 14.297. Checkered flag coming this time by for Dirt Draft Hot Lap session number 1. So James McFadden, the fastest so far in Dirt Draft Hot Laps. The lap time is a 14.297 seconds. Behind him, it was Spencer Baston in second at a 14.446. Blaine Baxter in third at 14.568. Tim Estenson at 15.401. And Jason Howell at 15.723. The top 5 after the first Dirt Draft Hot Lap session of the night. Group number 2 now making its way out of the racetrack. They are led out by the 2024 Kubota Highland Racing champion from Grass Valley, California. The Casey Kane Racer, Mike Curb, Napa Auto Parts, Brumo's Collection, Maximum Racels, number 49. It's the big cat, Brad Sweet. Brad Sweet in car number 49. And also on the racetrack from Ennis, Texas, making his Highland Racing debut, the Top Choice Masonry Stevens Racing Holdings, number 99X, it's Dalton Stevens. Dalton Stevens in the 99X. And getting fired off now from Clovis, California, the Sander Engineering, Four Seas Construction, Autry Plumbing, SynCal, driven to save lives, number 14, it's Corey Day. Corey Day in the 14. And also underway from Minden, Nevada, the Smith Titanium Factory Cane, Maximum Oil, Mesquite Valley Transportation, Hall of Vodka, number 88. The driver is Tanner Thorson. Tanner Thorson in the black 88. Coming to us from Franklin, Indiana, the Holiday Insulation WCI, Klossmeyer Petrie Motorsports IPC Z-Max, number 27. That is Emerson Axum. Emerson Axum in the 27. And making his Highland Racing debut tonight, the track record holder here at the dirt track at Texas Motor Speedway. From Owasso, Oklahoma, the Glenville Station, Jetco, Carmen Trucking, Lawton Auto Parts. Number 69K, it's Darren Pittman. Darren Pittman in the 69K. And also on the racetrack from Clayburn, Texas, the Taco Casa, KH Suspension, Pro One Safety and Race Products, Fox Drywall, Best Deal Services, number 01J, that is Jeb Sessoms. Jeb Sessoms in the 01J. Jeb pulling into the infield. He is not supposed to come out until the 4th practice session. One more car on the racetrack. It's the driver out of Lubbock, Texas, the Horizon Whiskey, Carbon Safety Technology, Lubbock Record, 5 Nights Truck Accessories, ShopTruckParts.com, number 1 of Brenham Crouch. Brenham Crouch in the 1. Brenham Crouch to the top of the speed charts. Now Brad Sweet goes up to the top. So does Corey Day. First driver in the 13-second bracket. In car number 14, now Emerson Axum goes to the top as the checkered flag comes out. So Brad Sweet on his final lap turns in the best time at 13.871. So the driver that's won the last 2 in a row with Kubota High-Limit Racing is the fastest now in Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Emerson Axum is second at a 13.915. Third is Corey Day, 13.989. Darren Pittman in fourth at 14.062. And then Tanner Thorson in the 88 at 14.125. Those are the top 5 drivers so far in Dirt Draft Hot Laps, with still 3 more sessions left to come out of practice. Here comes the next set of drivers making their way onto the Speedway. And the first one on the racetrack is from El Paso, Texas. It's the Taco Casa, Mississippi Valley Transportation, Burkham Contracting, Scott Baylor Racing Engines. Number J2, it's John Carney II. John Carney II in the J2. And from Lindsay, Oklahoma, the Bray Industries JJM Performance, Murphy & Son Timber, Big Sky Speedway, number 5H. That is Harley White. Harley White in the 5H, making her High-Limit Racing debut here tonight. And from Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Bob Hurley RV X9 Chassis, Tulsa Sod Mulch, Outlaw Wings, Eaton Industrial, number 22M. That is Reese Moran. Reese Moran in the 22M. Driver that led 8 laps of the feature earlier on this year from Hanover, Pennsylvania, the Pell's Tire Service, RF Knox Company, the Auto Barn, RSI Outdoors. Number 1A, it's Jacob Allen. Jacob Allen in the 1A. And from Sebastopol, California, the High Plains Building Division, Dirt Dudes Excavating, Carbon Safety Technology, all about fire protection, number 46 Junior. It's Joel Myers Jr. Joel Myers Jr. in the 46 Junior. And from Visalia, California, the Commercial Edge, Rasmussen Service Center, Elliott's Custom Trailers, Fulkins Brothers Trucking, Fat Ed's Eyewear, number 8. The driver is Corey Eliason. Corey Eliason in car number 8. And also making his High-Limit Racing debut tonight from Kennedale, Texas, the Express Car Wash, Abilene Powder Coating, Valvoline, Nobody Wrap Company, number 79. That is Kyle Jones. Kyle Jones in the 79. Those are the drivers in our third Dirt Draft Hot Lap session of the night. Dirt Draft will be the presenting sponsor of Hot Laps for every High-Limit Racing event in 2024. The Dirt Draft app allows you to play against hundreds of dirt racing fans across the country. Simply select 5 drivers each night while staying under a $100,000 salary cap and accumulate points in the process. Use those points in the speed shop to buy all kinds of things. Download the Dirt Draft app today or visit dirtdraft.com for more information as the green flag comes out on our third session of practice. Corey Eliason in the 3rd spot on the practice timing sheets, 13.934 for car number 8. Jacob Allen is 6th quick. John Carney II jumps into the top 10 at a 14.327 as the checkered flag being displayed from the flag stand now. So the fastest driver in that session is Corey Eliason. Takes a little bit of a detour to get to the infield there. I'm not sure if that was talked about during the drivers. Oh, he's got maybe an issue there as he comes to a stop down there on that access road, but he was the fastest in that 3rd group at 3rd quick overall, 13.934 for Corey Eliason. Brad Sweet still the quickest overall at 13.871. Then Emerson Axum, Eliason, Corey Day in 4th, and Darren Pittman in 5th. Fastest from that group besides Eliason was Jacob Allen in 6th at a 14.090. Then Tanner Thorson 7th, Brenham Crouch 8th, James McFadden 9th, and Reese Moran in 10th. He was in that group as well at a 14.321. Our 4th practice session now coming out onto the racetrack. And the first car that you will see hitting the racetrack is from Canton, Illinois. The driver is, at least, the NOS Energy Drink, Logan Contractor, Elliott's Custom Trailers, TK Concrete, Zip Bonds, number 55. That is Chris Wyndham. Chris Wyndham in the 55. And this guy swept the weekend here at Texas Motor Speedway last week with the POWRi 410 Series from Clute, Texas. The Fulkins Brothers Trucking STC, Bargain Barn, American Table, Commercial Edge, number 87 of Aaron Reitzel. Aaron Reitzel in the 87. And getting fired off now from Angola, Indiana, the Sundollar Restoration, Ford Performance, Sage Fruit, Race Redeem Foundation, Hagerilli, number 26 of Zeb Wise. Zeb Wise in the 26. And from Overland Park, Kansas, driving the J.B. Henderson Construction, Mississippi Valley Transportation, Smith Titanium, Miller Bonded, Giacomo's Vineyard, number 45X. That is young Jace Park. Jace Park in the 45X. And also on the racetrack, making it back out after coming out earlier from Claiborne, Texas. That is the 01J of Jeb Sessoms. Sessoms in the Taco Casa, Cage Suspension, Pro One Safety and Race Products, Fox Drywall, Best Deal Services, number 01J. And a new driver behind the wheel of this car from Waco, Texas, the Beaver Drill and Tools, Saw Drill Manufacturing, Bleeding Disorders of the Heartland, number 12X. That is the quickest chicken, Chase Randall. Chase Randall in the 12X. Cars getting up to speed now for our second to last hot lap session of the night, brought to you by the folks at Dirt Draft. Chase Randall fastest in this group. Now Zeb Wise up to the 9th position at 14,176. Aaron Reitzel's second quick, 13,887. Chris Windham up to 7th as the checkered is coming out. So Brad Sweet still the fastest at 13,871, but a new driver in second, the 87 of Aaron Reitzel at 13.887. Emerson Axum in third, Corey Elias in fourth, and Corey Day fifth. Then Darren Pittman sixth. Chris Windham in that last group was seventh quick overall at 14,085. Then Jacob Allen, Tanner Thorson, and Brenham Crouch. We have one more group left to come out to practice, and then we'll get into qualifying time trials. Good looking sunset here back behind the main grandstands. Everybody watching on home on Flow is getting a good look at that right now as we look at the drivers that are on our final practice session of the night. On the inside of that first row on the back straightaway from Monrovia, Indiana, that is the Avanti Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Water Treatment by Design, number 13 of Justin Peck. Justin Peck in the 13. And also on the racetrack, currently third in the overall point standings from Indianapolis, Indiana, the NOS Energy Drink, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, Spire Motorsports, number 7 BC. It is Sunshine, Tyler Courtney. Tyler Courtney in the 7 BC. And the guy that he is just 1 point behind heading into the final two races of the season from St. Helena, California, the Rico Abreu, Kerbagajanian Racing, ArcZone.com, Hunt Family, Spankins Motorsports, number 24. It's Rico Abreu. Rico Abreu in the 24. And also on the racetrack from Columbia, Missouri, the Fisher Body Shop, S&S Nationwide, LRI, CNEX, Eagle Stop, Sorrells, Impact Signs. Number 23, it's Garrett Williamson. Garrett Williamson in the 23. And an issue for Brent Marks stopping in turn 1. Marks, the driver to Myerstown, Pennsylvania. The car is sponsored by M&M Painting and Construction, McGrewBid.com, Baps Paint, and Livewire Customs. And a problem with Marks, maybe an issue with the one-way radio system down there, is Trent Hetzer, as well as, I believe that's Kenny down there as well, taking a look at Marks. We'll see if he can get refired. Couple other drivers out there on the racetrack from Enumclaw, Washington. That is the Casey Kane racer at Mike Kerr, Brumo's Collection, Factory Kane Shocks, Kane's Green Print number 9. That, of course, is Casey Kane. Casey Kane in car number 9. And making his first 410 sprint car start outside of a state that borders the Pacific Ocean from Puyallup, Washington. That is the Scott Thiel Builders, Gibbsville Cheese, Professional Plating, Ludwig & Sons Trucking, Total Restoration, number 73. It's Trey Starks. Trey Starks in the 73. So Brent Marks getting pushed back to the pit area, will not get a hot lap session in, and we will see him come out for his first laps. He is the second to last car to qualify here tonight as the green flag comes out on our final practice session. Justin Peck to 6th quick now, 14.050. Casey Kane into the top 10. Kane coming off his first top 5 finish of the season 2 nights ago. Lucas Oil, Rico Abreu to 6th quick now, 13.991. And a problem for Starks. Trey Starks, 2-time feature winner this year with High Limit Racing at Grays Harbor and at Skagit Speedway in Washington State, comes to a stop midpoint of the backstretch. Starks got the call earlier this week to fill in for Scotty Thiel, who normally drives that car. Thiel, the 2024 IRA Sprint Car champion. And Trey Starks got the call to come down here and run these 2 races with High Limit. And an issue with that car there is Starks will start to make his way back to the pit area to make repairs. Trey Starks appears to be about the 28th car to come out to qualify, so they do have a little bit of time to make those repairs. That is it for Dirt Draft Hot Laps, folks. Your fastest qualifier tonight in practice is Brad Sweet, a 13.871. Aaron Reitzel in 2nd, Emerson Axum in 3rd, 4th was Corey Eliason, and 5th was Corey Day. Then Rico Abreu, Justin Peck, Darren Pittman, Chris Windham, and Jacob Allen rounded out the top 10 in our Dirt Draft Hot Lap session here tonight. Next up is Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. 2 cars on the racetrack at the same time. They will go for 2 laps around the track. The best of those 2 laps will line them up for one of their heat races later on this evening. Capital Renegade Custom Trailers and Coaches are the #1 Renegade Toter Home dealers and the #1 Intech Trailer dealers. No one sells more Toter Homes or Intech trailers than Capital Renegade Custom Trailers and Coaches. If you're in the market for a Toter Home or a trailer, trust the people that are there in the pits with you and that support the sport. Check out their complete lineup at www.capitalrenegade.com. The track record here at Texas Motor Speedway set back on May 1st of 2001 by Darren Pittman, and the lap time is a 12.276 seconds. So pretty well off of that track record, more than a 1.5 seconds off after the lap times that we saw during our Dirt Draft Hot Lap sessions. So not going to be probably seeing the track record broken here tonight, but it is cool to see Darren Pittman back here at the Texas Motor Speedway dirt track, especially driving that iconic 69K car for Kreitz Oval Track Parts and Donnie Kreitz, making the 1,500-mile trip here from central Pennsylvania. And our first 2 qualifiers are about to make their way onto the racetrack here to set the bar for our first flight of qualifying. So your first 2 from Liberty Hill, Texas, the Baxter Builders, Dirtco Media House, K1 Race Gear, Smith Titanium Factory, King Shocks 25B. That is Blaine Baxter. And also on the racetrack from Fargo, North Dakota, the True Line Logistics, Estenson Racing, Ori Helmets, Yamalube, number 14T, Tim Estenson. Lap 1 for Blaine Baxter, 14.145, 14145. Lap number 1 for Tim Estenson. He is going to the top, 13.839, 13839. That is a good lap for Estenson right there. As we come around for lap number 2 for Blaine Baxter, it's going to be slower, 14.295. First one better, 14.145. Estenson lap 2 is going to slow down as well to a 14.116. The first lap was better, a 13.839. That would have been pretty far up the speed charts during hot laps as we continue on with our next 2 cars. From Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, the West River Trailer Sales, CP Excavating and Mining, McDonald Farms, Olson Towing, number 10 of Ryan Timms. And from Alice Springs, Northern Territory, Australia, the Mobile One, Toyota Racing Development, Roth Enterprises, HR Livestock Transportation, number 83 of James McFadden. Ryan Timms was not supposed to be here. We're supposed to be running a midget this weekend, but they changed their minds after the great run they had, and he is to the top. 13.714, 13.714. McFadden on lap 1. He is second quick, 13.829, 13.829. Tim's a little bit too far out of the groove right there in turns 3 and 4. Lap 2 going to slow down to a 14.088, 14088. McFadden looking for improvement on lap number 2, and he will not find it. 14.051. His first one was better, 13.829, but now the number 10 of Ryan Timms is to the top, 13.714, quickest so far in Capital Custom Trailer qualifying. Next up from Boxmeer, Netherlands, it's the Encore Builders, Spiveren Designs, Lazy H Services, Shop House Racing, number 17 of Wout Hoffmans. And from Lebanon, Indiana, the True Timber Camo, Nice Green Landis Block, JRC Transportation, High Performance Lubricants, FillPools.com, number 5 of Spencer Paston. Lap 1 for Hoffmans in his Highland Racing debut, 15.112, 15.112. Lap number 1 for Spencer Paston, he goes 4th quick, 14.121, 14.121. Wout Hoffmans off of turn number 4. Car looks a little bit tight on him. Lap number 2 going to improve, 15.079, 15.079. Based on lap 2, he will slow down to a 14.294. First lap was better at 14.121. Based in 4th, and Hoffmans in 6th after 6 cars. Next 2 qualifiers from Grass Valley, California. The Casey Kane Racer, Mike Curb. Napa Auto Parts, Bruno's Collection, Maximum Racers, number 49. That is the big cat, Brad Sweet. And also on the racetrack from Fort Worth, Texas, the all-import Gary Floyd Homes, Pax Mobile Crushing, Kennedy Race Engines. And he's got a problem. It's Jason Howell. Howell's off the pace. Lap 1 for Sweet is going to be 4th quick, 13.960, 13.960. As Jason Howell's car is whirling through the infield right now. Brad Sweet was 3rd back here in April on the 13th. Lap number 2 for Brad Sweet is going to be 2nd quick, 13.807, 13.807. Brad Sweet now 2nd out of 8 cars, as Jason Howell does not get a lap time in the books, and he pulls into the infield. We will continue on. Next 2 qualifiers, couple of young guns. Out of Clovis, California, the Sander Engineering, 4 Seas Construction, Autry Plumbing, SimCal, driven to save lives, over 14 of Corey Day. And from Lubbock, Texas, the Horizon Whiskey, Carbon Safety Technology, Lubbock Wrecker, 5 Nights Truck Accessories Shop, TruckParts.com, number 1 of Brenham Crouch. Lap 1 for Corey Day's 2nd quick, 13.715, 13.715. Crouch on lap 1. He's 8th quick, 14.198, 14.198. Corey Day's first lap, 1/1000th of a second off of Ryan Timms' lap. Lap number 2 for Corey Day is going to be slower, 13.834. 13.834. Lap number 2 for Brenham Crouch. He's up to the 6th spot now at 13.956, 13.956. So Corey Day now 2nd quick, and Brenham Crouch in the 6th position of 10 cars in Fly Day so far. Next up from Minden, Nevada, the Smith Titanium, Factory Cane, Maximum Oil, Mesquite Valley Transportation, Hollow Vodka, number 88 of Tanner Thorson. And from Owasso, Oklahoma, this is the Glenville Station, Jetco, Carmen Trucking, Lawton Auto Parts, number 69K of Darren Pittman. Lap 1 for Tanner Thorson. He is going to be 8th quick, 14.127. Lap 1 for the track record holder is going to be to the top, 13.655, 13.655 for Darren Pittman. Lap number 2 for Tanner Thorson is going to be slower, 14.309. Lap number 2 for Darren Pittman is going to be just a tick slower, 13.747. But lap 1 is to the top. Darren Pittman, now your quickest driver in Fly Day of qualifying. Qualifying next from Franklin, Indiana, the Holiday Installation, WCI, Klossmeyer Petrie Motorsports, IPC Z-Max, number 27. This is Emerson Axum. And from Ennis, Texas, the Top Choice Masonry, Stevens Racing Holdings, number 99X. This is Dalton Stevens. Dalton Stevens in the 99X. Lap 1 for Emerson Axum. He will be 8th quick, 13.979, 13.979. Lap 1 for Dalton Stevens. He'll be 12th quick, 14.433, 14.433. Axum was 4th and 6th here last weekend with Power Eye. Lap 2 for him is going to be better, up to the 7th spot, 13.864, 13.864. Dalton Stevens, lap 2, he will slow down to a 14.507. The first lap was better at 14.433 seconds. Three more cars left to qualify. make that 4 cars. Actually, I think somebody's out of line here as we continue on. From Hanover, Pennsylvania, the Pell's Tire Service, RF Knox Company out of our RSI Outdoors, number 1A. This is Jacob Allen. And from Sebastopol, California, the High Plains Building Division, Dirt Dudes Excavating, Carbon Safety Technology, all about fire protection, number 46 Junior. It is Joel Myers Jr. Lap 1 for Jacob Allen. He's 8th quick on 13.909, 13909. Lap 1 for Myers. He's going to be 14th quick at 14.726, 14726. It is his Texas Motor Speedway debut for Joel Myers Jr. Lap number 2 for Jacob Allen. He will slow down to a 14.107. First one better, 13.909. And for Myers on lap 2, he will slow down to a 14.841, 14841. First one was better. He is 14th quick. Meanwhile, Jacob Allen is 8th of the 16 cars so far. And here comes what looks to be our final qualifier in Flight A. From El Paso, Texas, the Taco Casa, Mississippi Valley Transportation, Burkham Contracting, Scott Baylor Engines. Number J2, this is John Carney II. John Carney in the J2. Lap 1 for John Carney. He is going to be 15th quick, 14.739, 14739. John Carney was 3rd here at the Boss Sprint Cars back in 2021, was 25th with the POWRi 410s back on April 5th. Did not qualify for the high limit show here on April 13th. Lap number 2's better, 14th quick at 14.644, 14644. And that is going to be it for qualifying in Flight A. It looks like Corey Eliason will not make the call. So Eliason, we saw him pull into the infield in an awkward position earlier on in hot laps, and he will not make it out for his qualifying run. Here's the start of Flight B from Kennedale, Texas. The Express Car Wash, Abilene Powder Coating, Valvoline, Nobody Wrap Company. Number 79, it is Kyle Jones. And from Lindsay, Oklahoma, the Bray Industries, JJN Performance, Murphy & Son Timber, Big Sky Speedway, number 5H of Harley White. Lap 1 for Kyle Jones, a 14.719, 14719. Lap 1 for Harley White, 14.846, 14846. Both drivers tonight making their high limit racing debuts. Lap number 2 for Kyle Jones. He will improve to a 14.670, 14670. Harley White, lap 2. She goes to the top, 14.526, 14526. Harley White, the fastest in Flight B of qualifying. Meanwhile, Kyle Jones, 2nd of 2 so far. Powering up next from Overland Park, Kansas, the J.B. Henderson Construction, Mississippi Valley Transportation, Smith Titanium, Miller Bonded, Giacomo's Vineyard, number 45X of Jace Park. And from Angola, Indiana, the Sun Dollar Restoration, Ford Performance, Sage Fruit, Race Redeem Foundation, Hagerili, number 26 of Zeb Wise. Jace Park on his opening lap is going to be to the top, 14.272, 142.72. Lap 1 for Zeb Wise, he is now to the top, 14.218, 142.18. Jace Park on his 2nd time by the stripe is going to be slower, 14.325. He'll take the first one at a 14.272. Zeb Wise, lap 2, he will improve, 14.185, 14185. So Zeb Wise and Jace Park are 1-2 out of 4 in Flight B. Swept the weekend last weekend with POWRi from Clute, Texas. The Fulkins Brothers Trucking, STC, Bargain Barn, American Table, Commercial Edge, number 87. This is Aaron Reitzel. And from Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Bob Hurley RV, X9 Chassis, Tulsa Sod, Mulch, Outlaw Wings, Eaton Industrial, number 22M. It's Reese Moran. Lap 1 for Reitzel. He is going to be to the top. 13.928, 13928. Reese Moran, lap 2, 4th quick, or lap number 1, I should say, is 14.475, 14475. Reitzel looking for an improvement on lap number 2. Will he get it? The answer to that question is yes. 13.726, 13726. Lap 2 for Moran. He will improve as well. 14.457, 14457. Aaron Reitzel now the fastest in Flight B of qualifying. Reese Moran, 4th of 6 cars so far. Timing in next from Canton, Illinois, the NOS Energy Drink, Logan Contractor, Elliott's Custom Trailers, TK Concrete, Zip-Ons. Number 55, here is Chris Wyndham. And from Waco, Texas, the Beaver Drill and Tools, Saw Drill Manufacturing, Bleeding Disorders of the Heartland, number 12X. It's the Quickest Chicken, Chase Randall. Lap 1 for the Bear is going to be 3rd quick, 14.186, 14186. Lap 1 for Chase Randall, he is 5th quick, 14.279, 14279. Chris Windham on lap number 2 is going to be better in its second quick, 14.183, 1.4183. Lap 2 for Chase Randall. He's now fourth quick, 14.262, 1.4262. Chris Windham second and Chase Randall fourth of 8 cars. Next onto the racetrack to qualify from Puyallup, Washington, the Scottfield Builders, Gibbsville Cheese, Professional Plating, Ludwig and Sons Trucking, Total Restoration, number 73, it is Trey Starks. And from Monrovia, Indiana, the Avanti Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Water Treatment by Design, RKL Paving, number 13 of Justin Peck. Justin Peck and Trey Starks on the track now. Lap 1 for Trey Starks is going to be second quick, 14.108. Lap 1 for Justin Peck. He is now second quick, 13.997. 1.3997. Starks' lap was a 14.108. Lap number 2 for Trey Starks is going to be slower, 14.270 for Justin Peck on lap 2. He's better, 13.882. 1.3882. So Justin Peck second and Trey Starks third of 10 cars here in Flight B of qualifying. Just a couple more cars left to time in. Next up from Indianapolis, Indiana, the NOS Energy Drink, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Cars, Spire Motorsports, number 7 BC, it's Sunshine, Tyler Courtney. And also on the racetrack from Columbia, Missouri, the Fisher Body Shop, SNS Nationwide, LRI, CNEX, Eagle Stop, Sorrells, Impact Signs, number 23 of Garrett Williamson. Lap 1 for Sunshine. He will be fourth quick, 14.114, 1.4114. Garrett Williamson's first time by is going to be third quick, 14.016, 1.4016. Tyler Courtney, second here back on April 13th. Lap 2 for him is third quick, 14.005, 1.4005. Garrett Williamson, lap 2, he will slow down to a 14.179. First one was better at 14.016. Tyler Courtney third and Garrett Williamson fourth of 12 cars. Just a few more left to come out. Next onto the racetrack from Enumclaw, Washington, the Casey Kane race with Mike Kerr, Bruno's Collection, Factory Kane Shots, Kane Screen Print number 9 at Casey Kane, and from Myerstown, Pennsylvania, the M&M Painting and Construction, thegrourbid.com, Babs Paint, Live R, Customs number 19 of Brett Marks. Lap 1 for Kane, he's fifth quick, 14.036, 1.4036. Marks on lap 1, he's going to be seventh quick, 14.111, 1.4111. Casey Kane, fresh off his first top 5 of the year at Lucas Oil 2 nights ago. Lap number 2 for him is going to be third quick, 13.952, 1.3952. Marks on lap 2. Second quick for Brent Marks, 13.860. Those are the first 2 laps he's turned all night after the issues in hot laps. He's second quick now for Brent Marks and fourth quick for Casey Kane. Handful of cars left to come out. Next on the racetrack from St. Helena, California, the Rico Abreu, Kerr Janian Racing, ArcZone.com, Hunt Family, Spankins Motorsports, number 24, it is Rico Abreu. Rico Abreu in the 24. Abreu coming off of a 6th place result at Lucas Oil Speedway 2 nights ago. Lap 1 for Rico is going to be second quick, 13.810, 1.3810. Good first lap there for Rico. Earlier this year, Abreu was 7th on April 13th here at the Texas Motor Speedway dirt track. Lap number 2 for Rico Abreu is going to be to the top, 13.704. The second to last car to the racetrack is going to the top. It's Rico Abreu, 13.704. We got one driver getting one lap here at the end. It is Jeb Sessoms out of Claiborne, Texas. The Taco Casa, KH Suspension, Pro 1 Safety and Race Products, Fox Drywall, Best Deal Services 01J. Sessoms missed his spot in the qualifying order. And that one lap for Sessoms will be a 14.849, 1.4849 for Jeb Sessoms. And that should do it for Capital Custom Trailer qualifying here tonight. Your fastest in Flight B was Rico Abreu, 13.704. But your fastest overall tonight, the track record holder, Darren Pittman in the 69K at a 13.655. Darren Pittman has not been to Texas in a long time. That car has not been anywhere near Texas ever. And it goes to the top. Quickest overall here tonight, 13.655. Flight B results, it was Rico with the quick time, then it was Aaron Reitzel in second. Brent Marks was third, fourth went to Justin Peck, and then fifth was Casey Kane. And then behind those guys, you had Tyler Courtney Garrett Williamson, Trey Starks. Then you had Chris Wyndham, Zeb Wise, the top 10. Trying to get you the results real quick here from Flight A. Obviously, Pittman was quick time. Then it was Ryan Timms, Corey Day, Brad Sweet, James McFadden, Tim Estenson, Emerson Axum, Jacob Allen, Brenham Crouch, and Spencer Baston. Top 10 from the first flight of qualifying. So we've got the preliminary stuff out of the way. Next up on the program, race fans, it's going to be opening ceremonies. Then it'll be heat race action here at the Texas Motor Speedway dirt track. All of that and more right after this break here on FloRacing.
Driven to Save Lives is inspiration.
To hear Brian's heartbeat again, I'll never forget that moment.
Driven to Save Lives is bigger than Brian.
You have entered stage 5